Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Creative Piano Academy. Joe here, and I've got my cup of coffee in a tea mug, and I'm now ready for another amazing video lesson for you, all about how we can add that emotion, that musicality and that spark into our playing. Because, you know, if you've been playing a bit, chances are you're asking yourself, well, how do these other pianists actually sort of convey that emotion in their playing and make me feel something? And all you hear back is like, it comes from within, and you're like, okay, what? The truth is there are some techniques, there are some principles you can follow to set you on the right path to this, and I've come up with two techniques. I've called it the hill technique and the cliff technique. And I filmed this video a while ago and I was like, oh, I should have called it the mountain, shouldn't I? The hill? Think big. So, you know, I call it the hill in the video. You can call it whatever you want, you know, it just sounds better as the mountain. So if you want to know what the hill technique and the mountain technique are, then keep watching. One more thing to mention is the more familiar that you get with these techniques, the more creative you become, and then things really will start coming from within, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? That sounds amazing. But until then, we do have to start somewhere, and that somewhere is right here. So let's go. Okay, so we're going to go over a few techniques that you can use to kickstart that musicality and that passion in your playing. And these techniques are going to fall into two different categories. We've got dynamics and we've got tempo, and we'll tackle each one separately. Dynamics meaning playing softer and playing louder, and tempo meaning playing slowly and playing faster, okay? And how those merge together. Now I'm going to apply these techniques to one piece to begin with, and then at the end of the video I'll kind of show you a few different ways that they can apply. But for now we're going to use Pachelbel's Canon in D, because everybody knows what it is and it sounds really good. So first of all, I'll show you the little passage first, and I'll play it mechanically first, so without any of the techniques applied. So this is what it sounds like. Okay, so one other thing to go over with this is it's probably wise to just go over the bars, because when we apply the techniques, you're going to need to know what the bars are. So I'll just play it once more and I'll count the bars for you so you know we're all on the same page here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So let's take a look at some techniques, and we'll first explore dynamics. So I want you to imagine a hill, okay, or like a wave that comes in and out, ebbs and flows. So with a hill, we start off at the bottom, it nicely, smoothly goes to the top, and then we smoothly come back down again, okay? And this is what we're going to use. We're going to start off fairly quiet, and it's going to gradually get louder, and then it's going to gradually get quieter again. Gradually get louder, quieter, following a really nice ebb and flow, a constant pattern. So for instance, this in practice, if we start with bar 1 fairly quiet, and then we get loud for bar 2, so that would sound like this. Okay, and then when we get to bar 2, we're loud, so we'll bring it quiet again. Okay, so if we put that together, okay, and then all we need to do now is take that and repeat it for the next 2 bars. So that's our pattern, okay? It's like a 2-bar pattern at the moment. So we get this. Okay, so what we've got here is a pattern which follows the shape of a hill, okay? Remember, start off quiet, gradually get louder, gradually get quieter, gradually get louder, gradually get quieter. Now, what if we wanted to, say, compress that a little bit, so we make the hill a little bit shorter? We could actually do this technique, this pattern, over just 1 bar instead of spreading it over 2. So that would sound like this. Okay, so that's an example of what I like to call the hill pattern, but what if we wanted to use something else? I've got another one for you called the cliff pattern. So we're going to start off fairly quiet. It nicely comes up again, but instead of nicely coming back down, as soon as we get to the top, it's like a straight drop. Okay, so it starts off, it comes up nice and slowly, drop. Nice and slowly up, drop. Okay, just like a cliff edge. So the easiest way to show you this is spread over 1 bar. So we start off quiet. and bring it louder. As soon as we get to bar 2, it straight away drops. Okay? So notice how start of bar 1, it's quiet. We bring it up, and then at the start of bar 2, straight back down again. All the way up through bar 2, start of bar 3, straight back down again. So I'll play that all in one go. Okay, so that's the cliff. What if we wanted to spread that out over 2 bars? It would sound like this. You get the idea. Now, before we move on to tempo, one thing. If you're liking this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And also, on this channel, I post simple techniques to get you playing better piano and having way more fun with it. So if that sounds good to you, smash that subscribe button. Now let's apply the hill pattern and the cliff pattern to tempo. So remember, with the hill pattern, we started off at the bottom, we gradually got to the top, and then we gradually got to the bottom again, okay? So this time we're going to replace soft and loud with slow and fast. So just like before with dynamics, let's spread this over 2 bars, okay? I'm going to try and not play with dynamics, but I find that quite difficult these days, but we'll give it a go. So this is just with speed. Okay, so that's spread over 2 bars. If we wanted to spread that over 1 bar, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the hill pattern. What about the cliff pattern? So remember, this time we're going to start off slowly. It's going to gradually get faster, and then as soon as we hit the peak, straight back down to being slow again. So that would sound like this. We'll spread it over 2 bars to start with. Okay, so you can hear how that's spread over 2 bars. Let's spread that over 1 bar. Okay, so I really hope you're following along okay with this and it's giving you a few ideas. Now is where the magic happens, and this is where we can start combining those two and it starts to sound like a really nice piece of music. So let's combine dynamics and tempo spread over 2 bars, and we'll use the hill pattern, okay? So it should sound like this. Okay, so you can hear how that's spread over 2 bars, and I'm getting louder and I'm getting softer, and I'm also getting slower and getting faster at the same time. Let's spread that over 1 bar so you can hear how that sounds. Okay, it's important to note here that these are just techniques, okay? Some of them might sound better than others. It's up to you to kind of explore these and internalize them and get familiar with them, and then your creativity can really shine through. Let's see what the cliff sounds like, okay? Spread over 2 bars, let's say. So you get the idea there. Okay, let's spread that over 1 bar instead. So I really hope that's given you loads of ideas to be getting on with. I do have a bonus technique for you. This is taking things a little bit further, and it requires a little bit more fluid thinking, so to speak, okay? It's not set in stone or anything, but another way to do this is to think, my main melody, okay? The main melody that's happening, does it move up or does it move down, okay? And what you can do is when the melody moves up, you can speed up and get louder. When the melody goes down, okay, you can, or gets lower, you can slow down and you can get softer. So notice how my melody starts quite high here. So I'll start off quite loud and fast, and then drop it down because the melody moves down here and moves back up. So. Okay, so I'm just following where the melody's going and I'm feeling out that, okay? Now if I put the left hand in, okay? It's like I said before, it's not set in stone. It's not like the melody moves down, so you must do it, and the melody moves up. You know, melodies are fluid, so your technique has to be fluid at this point. But hopefully by now, if you're trying that, you've got used to those exercises before. It just gives you something extra to work on. So I hope that helps. So I said before, I want to show you a few different ways these can apply rather than just on Canon in D. So I'm not going to go over them in detail and in depth. I'll just play them for you and see if you can detect what I'm doing here. Okay, so first of all, play you Someone Like You by Adele, and I'll play it a few different ways, okay? So that sounds really nice, and all I'm doing there is applying the techniques that I've showed you to Adele's Someone Like You, and we end up with something which sounds like a really nice piece of music. Another thing I could show you is a piece I've been working on myself. This is my own composition, but see if you can see what I'm doing here. So hopefully in that you can hear how I'm just using that cliff technique, okay? It's starting off fairly quiet. I'm just gradually getting louder. And then instantly I bring it down again. Okay, so incidentally, if you liked that piece of music I've just played, then make sure you smash that subscribe button because I will be putting that up on YouTube very shortly. Okay, so loads for you to be getting on with. Now, back to me. Hey guys, I really hope that the mountain technique and the cliff technique has really given you a few ideas that you can use to inject some emotion into your playing, and that's helped you out. Go to creativepianoacademy.com for more resources. At the time of this video, it's all about the best adult practice plan, so grab yourself a copy of that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, you know what to do. If you want more videos like this, then that's what you need to do. Click that little bell button next to it so that you get notified when I put new videos up. Keep practicing, keep having fun, and I of course will see you in the next video.